Okay, we've got a fun one this morning. This will probably be quite a short one. I don't know how long this video is that you're watching, but I'm guessing it's probably under 10 minutes because this game is very quick to get into, and showing the gameplay will not take long at all. So let's jump in and do that first. Just for context, this is a game jam game, so that expectations need to be constrained. But it is a very well polished game jam game, well recommended for playing. So let's jump in and take a look. It also has a really good sort of starting tutorial that I was very impressed by. Let's maximize the screen. Right, welcome to PowerShift. To stabilize the reactor, use the switch to transfer power. It's the switch here. This will take the pressure off the reactor so it doesn't blow. All we're really doing is shifting pressure rather than shifting power, because this thing is too high over here and we need to drop it. The power shifter must be in the green to stabilize the reactor, so this bit needs to be green to make that bit shrink, which is what we want. So we turn it on, it goes into the green, and in this case we can leave it there, but this is the tutorial section, so you can't actually leave it there. Anyway, that has won the level. So here we have the sort of the true state of it. So there's the sort of the starting blue bit where it builds up. There's the green that we want to keep it in, and then there's the red, which is bad. It starts to shake and will eventually blow up if you're in the red. So we turn it on, it goes into the green, and then it goes into the red, starts shaking. We turn that off. Fortunately, it does still drop while it's in the red, but what we want is to keep it in the green. Now we have a reactor that the pressure is growing. So we take it up into the green, leave it in the red, turn it off, and it drops down, and we win. And now we have two. So if we turn this one on, we put them up into the green, actually we let it go into the red, and then turn that one, and they both need to be green to do their magic. If you turn one on, then the other one goes, and we win the day. Push that one a little bit. Now we have a new gameplay mechanic, which is that little things will pop up and actually flick the switches, which we don't want. But we managed to do it anyway. And that's it. That's enough of the gameplay. That's all I'm going to show you. Let me just reload that because it doesn't have a stop or restart button or anything like that. And that's the gameplay. The link will be in the description. I do recommend coming to play it. It's actually quite fun. I muted the tab, but the sound's actually really good as well. Sort of a funky, energetic beat and quite satisfying sounds in the actual controls as well. So yeah, recommended for playing, and that's the gameplay. And if that's all you're here to see, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, don't forget to leave a subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, because I do itch.io games every day. And don't forget to leave a comment, because engagement is good for you and me, because it trains YouTube for both of us. So yeah, that's it, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. If, however, you are here for the critique, good, thank you for caring about my opinion. Alright, first of all, there are no sound controls, which is very sad because the sounds are good, but I couldn't have them on because of copyright fears and all that kind of stuff. So there was no way to turn just the music off. So I think the game really needs a little button in the corner that says you can turn the music off, you can turn the sounds down or up or off. I don't know, whatever level of control you're willing to put in, but the ability to turn the music off separately is not just for YouTubers who are scared of copyright. Some people think better when they're able to turn the music off but keep the sounds there, and so they prefer to play that way. So it is a moderately important addition to the game. Other than that, look, it's a simple game to play. You have buttons that you just have to click, so the UI is great. And to talk about the art and the UI as well, it's the theming is very, very workable. This is great. The game feeling, the controls are very satisfying to click. They're very responsive. It's very obvious what you need to do. The tutorial is good. I found the game very, very comfortable to play, even as it increases in complexity. I found it still entertaining rather than frustrating in every part of the gameplay. So, in terms of the game design from that level, bravo, developers, if it's a single developer or if the team or whatever. Um, no, this was great in terms of interactivity. This is great game design. Well done. Now, the thing that I think is missing, and obviously this is something that is commonly missing for a game jam game because limited time and things like that, is really the depth and complexity of the game. We need to know kind of a little bit more about where we are and things like that. It would be great to have a trailer showing us arriving wherever we're working, or some kind of storyline introduction talking about where we are, what's going on, why the reactor keeps overheating. It would be great if a story was built into even this element here. Sort of say, all right, sort of level 1 of the reactor. We just have to reduce the pressure, do this, and we save it, and then during the changing screen it says sort of 2 weeks later. And then it'll be, hey, okay, we've made this a bit better, but it now has now this can also overpressurize, so you'll need to balance this. Something like that, some kind of storyline element that isn't just a you have to do this thing in terms of the puzzle. People need context and need a deeper motivation to enjoy something more. That people are not, some people do just like the puzzle, but I think this puzzle is simplistic enough that it needs more storyline behind it to make it more fun. I would also, I'm not sure about the little sprites that pop up and flick your switches. I think it would be more interesting to say that there's surges or something that flicks the switch, and instead of a little sprite that pops out again. I know it's probably for the game jam, but I mean post game jam update, instead of the sprites that pop up and do the thing, you want a little cable up here that sort of shows the surge going zero and flicking the switch, so you have to re-flick it. I mean, it doesn't even need to take time because you don't have to stop the sprites doing it, even though you can. It doesn't matter if they flick it; you just see the visual clue that they have flicked it, and you can flick it back or leave it if it's okay. So yeah, I think a lot of deepening and polishing out needs to be done. I think this needs to be a little bit more complicated visually. Maybe not the tutorial level, but the later levels need to show more things happening, even if they're not things that you can interact with, just because it just makes it more interesting. It gives it more depth as a game to have more stuff happening on the screen. Like a huge thing saying, flashing, saying sort of reactor pressure too high, or text scrolling about how other things are happening. I don't know, make the screen busier, because that makes it more interesting. It makes it more like imperative for the player, like he's part of a sort of an organic moment, not just facing two controls in a puzzle, 2 or 3 controls in a puzzle. And I hope that makes sense, because as always, I only pick games to play that to show off in these videos that I really enjoy. And I did enjoy this one quite a bit, and I would love to see it get bigger and more interesting and turn into more of a sim and less of just a balance the point puzzle. So yeah, that's it from me. And in the sounds of a large truck doing stuff in the background, I would like to say thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the critique. I hope it was helpful. Thank you to those of you who watched the gameplay. I hope that inspired you to come play the game, because it needs some support. And yeah, I will see you in the next video.